In 2020, 2021, there were three certainties: death, taxes, and TJ likely buying something from a new Fear of God Essentials drop. If you've been here since that time, you know that to be true. Okay, I had no shame in that. And I still don't, because that's exactly what I wanted to do at the time. That's where my buying interest and behavior was. Nothing wrong with that. Do I still own Fear of God Essentials pieces? I surely do, in a few mainline items. And we'll actually just go over the items that I still have, because it's vastly different than what I owned in the future. And Fear of God has a brand new partnership with the Major League Baseball, recently announced this week, but a lot of the press releases are coming out on the day that I'm filming this, which is Monday, the brand new start to a new week. WNBA playoffs have kicked off, and my goodness, my aces are we are primed to do some amazing things as long as we continue to play cohesively together. And I'm really hoping that Stewie is okay with her knee. Back to the video. But when I look back, every drop, and I probably slowed down on Fear of God Essentials pickups first, I think, prior to sneakers. I think I pulled back a little bit more on those prior to sneakers. I think it's maybe easier sometimes to pull back on certain clothing because we do have it in our minds, at least. Well, I can swap my shoes out every single day. I can swap my shoes out multiple times in a day, depending on what you're doing and how many events you have planned and the things on your schedule. You can. Usually when it comes to clothing, maybe you're thinking, oh, I'm going to wear it this week and then launder it, do whatever. And then maybe I wait until another time to be able to wear it. And then we also, I think, get stuck in this cycle a little bit more with our clothing of our go-to pieces, our favorite pieces. And sometimes it's not always the pieces you think will be your go-to pieces. There are just so many revelations you end up having. I think when you slow down and you're intentional about slowing down, I think you find out a lot about, like, even your as I like to say, like, your wear behavior, like buying behavior and wear behavior. They're both very critical. I think, to not just buying and buying and buying, and trying to have, again, a more intentional closet. So when it comes to where Fear of God has gone, because I've done videos on it, they changed the hoodies. That wasn't really for me. The really audacious branding in terms of, like, some of the collegiate apparel. And I would joke and say, I don't want to look like I'm actually trying to be the student back at homecoming, even though I get it. I could pass for a student still going to my undergrad classes. That's fair. That's very fair. And I take that as a compliment. So there have certainly been pivots in his direction, and they haven't been for me. That's okay. Like, as a designer, he's going to execute his vision. Now, there always has to be an execution of your vision, and then what does the market want, or your target audience may want. And that's always going to be a mixed bag. Some people have absolutely loved it and they still wear it, and some have just chosen to not buy what's new. And, the direction that he's going, that's the camp that I fall into. And so when I look at the MLB collection, funny enough, somebody said, man, you would have been all over this had it been a few years ago. So I'll pull it up and we'll put it on screen here, because they're not joking, okay? If this were 2020, 2021, you and I both know this Yankee set would have gone triple platinum, diamond on my channel, just in terms of the videos I would have made, doing the unboxing, the try-ons, how I would style them. Like, let's think back. Those are actually the videos that had so much traction. It can be so hit or miss with a shoe, but at that time, in terms of Fear of God Essentials items, like, that was actually the bread and butter, I think, of a lot of the content. Doesn't mean there isn't still great content out there. Of course there is for you. Like, that's why I always advocate, if there's something I'm just no longer doing on my channel, please just go support my peers that are doing it, because they have the visuals, they have the assistance and sizing and the material feel, where things are located. Like, there's still so much knowledge. There's so many great creators you can go and follow and support, even if maybe I'm not giving you the content that I used to. And I think that's fair. This would have gone triple platinum. The t-shirt, there's a hoodie, you have the sweatpants, and then also the crew neck, would have gone triple platinum. Today, not at all. Like, right, it's getting no spin, no play. 0 spins, no play. Part of that is based on me coming to the understanding, and I just watched a video recently about being a better shopper in terms of your closet, from a very well-known creator. So I'll just go ahead and link the video here, because of course I feel like a lot of you know who she is. But there were also some gems in the comment section of that video that I don't know if viewers understand Love the videos. When you watch a video, the videos are amazing, but some of the real gems, they come from just going to the comment section, right? Sometimes your comments spark videos. They could be rant videos and they could be really helpful videos and insightful ones. But a lot of times it's really insightful comments that you guys leave. And, someone commented on that video that someone summed it up well. Carl, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Lagerfeld summed it up well. He said, it's not the having, it's the getting. And so I stopped and paused even before sitting down to make this video. And I thought, was it just the getting the item? Like, I was so excited to get a new Fear of God Essentials drop. I was so excited to get a new hoodie. And you have friends that are always encouraging you that you can never have enough hoodies. There have been so many times, I think, in the past like 7-8 years where I've owned well over 50 hoodies. Okay. We can both acknowledge that like no one needs that many hoodies. We can acknowledge it. And I'm not attacking your hoodie collection. I'm not attacking your sweatshirt collection. If you want to continue to buy as many sweatshirts as you want to buy, then you go ahead. Please do that. But I can safely say, like, I know I still own so many more than what I need. But had this dropped, I would have absolutely gotten that. And so I'm thinking back, like, was it just the getting the items? It had to have been a big part of just getting the items, because if you take real stock of how often you may be wearing these things, we'll go back to a common theme on this channel. The cost per wear likely didn't make sense. And so let's just go over really fast, what items do I still have left? Because if you look back to some videos, when you saw that really big wardrobe behind me in my living room that was stacked, it was literally just for Fear of God clothing. That's a thing of the past. The Essentials Volley Nylon Track Shorts, I believe they were called the Volley Shorts, but this is what I consider like that OG Essentials Nylon Short. So I have them in pistachio and then in the amber colorway. They're lightweight, really just nice to toss on again because you don't feel hot in them, perfect for the summer. So these are the two I actually wear quite frequently. And then this is a pair of mainline shorts. I believe this was the 6th collection. So we have the blue iridescent track shorts with the super long drawstrings, which are rather thick. And then on the interior, you have the suede perforated lining. So it's really nice against the skin and soft, although it can be a tad hot. It really just depends on what the weather is that day and if you overheat easily. But I like them for the finish. It's a pretty unique finish and nice blue to wear. And then the women's, this is when he broke into women's specific items. So we have the high neckline sport tanks, or pretty much they're just sports bras in cotton. So you have the really nice thick band with the Essentials Fear of God, which I like. And I do like the high neckline when I choose to wear it casually. And then 5th collection, also the baseball or the batting practice jersey, I think they may have officially called it. Really simple, just black perforated mesh jersey with the Old English F for Fear of God. You have the patch on the side and that's it. So again, a very basic piece. In the fall or winter, layer a hoodie or a long sleeve shirt under it. I'm good to go. And this one, so this was the Nike Fear of God collection jacket in cream. I love this jacket. It is super duper oversized. Thankfully, I got it at a discount too, thanks to someone picking it up for me at a Nike outlet, I believe, or a Nike store. So it had really subtle branding though, like the Fear of God, like Air Fear of God was embroidered, but it was like tone on tone. So it really looks like just a Nike and NBA jacket. This is one of those, if you know kind of pieces, at least I think so. And then again, super just oversized, which I like. We have the Air Fear of God patch on the back. And the other item I have from that same collection, the crew neck, if you guys remember. This was more about the draping, I think, and the proportions fit, because the Nike logo is on the side, the left arm, and that's it. It's just, that's it. That's the end of it. You have the patch on the back for Air Fear of God. So it was definitely a subtle proportion piece that works. The most worn item, I think, actually does go to my coral bucket hat. If there's anything I should have done more of, it's buy more bucket hats when they were easily available for me to buy at retail or on sale. And then let's move to other items. So the other coral item that I actually kept, I had a few pieces but got rid of them. So the coral cable knit sweater, again, it's just basic. It's just a basic cable knit sweater, but I love the color. And this is all I have left of my hoodies. I know, that is such a shocker. Look how far we have come. Or some people would say like, how dare you? But I have 3 hoodies officially left. So the Mr. Porter orange and yellow, if you guys remember, those were exclusive to just Mr. Porter. You couldn't get them anywhere else. And then the beige was an Essence exclusive, and this one might have blown the channel up a little bit. I actually think, like, if you search my channel in terms of views, it's one of the most viewed videos. But hey, I love the beige. I think it's just a really nice, easy color to throw on. And then for the shorts, I still have this dark heather oatmeal pair of sweat shorts. I had a black pair, got rid of those. So in terms of hoodies, this is all I have left as of now. And finally, the pants. So those are kind of all up there. I didn't want to pull them all down. So I do have Fear of God main lines. I believe it might have been 7th collection camo pants. I have the older nylon track pants in both amber still, and then the pistachio, I believe, possibly, or cement. Actually, it might be cement. And then I still have the sweatpants that coordinate with the hoodies that I have left. So the Mr. Porter exclusive, orange and yellow, even it's really like a burnt orange, sure. And then the exclusive beige, and also another gray pair. Okay, so maybe it's not only where I've come, the journey here, the growth, as I think it's growth. I'm happy with it. I think it's growth. I'm still looking back like, why on earth did I buy so much? But I still think it's growth to be down to the number of pieces that I have, and I'm continuing to pare that down. I just sold my amber set. If you guys remember that, the hoodie and the pants, just sold that. Need to ship that off. Actually, as soon as I'm done filming this video, need to ship that off. So the amber set is done. And I'm debating, maybe I'll go through this fall and this winter. If I don't end up wearing some of the sweat sets that I still have, then maybe those go as well. I have one last dark heather oatmeal hoodie that will go to likely one of my nieces or nephews. It has the reflective essentials on the back. I'm just going to finally let that go and give that to them. I'm at peace with doing that now. But I think it's also the direction of the prices. I'm just going to be candid. I think that does play a factor for me. I'm wearing the Rihanna Mitchell and Ness Super Bowl t-shirt. If you guys remember this, loved it. I loved the halftime show. Love this t-shirt. Got the shirt, I think, off Fanatics. I really wanted the hoodie also, but I only settled for the t-shirt. I've laundered this. It just fits so well. It has a thick collar. Again, one of my favorite shirts. I love this shirt. Oversized. I think I waited until it went on sale. It was like I want to say maybe 30 something, $40, but I'll try to find the email with the actual price, because even if it was full price, it wasn't $75 for a t-shirt. It just wasn't. I don't know. That just doesn't sit that well in my spirit these days of $75 for a t-shirt. Have I paid close to that for shirts in the past? I have. Like, a lot of the things that I just don't do right now, I've done them, and I was very content with doing them at the time. So the hoodie is $165. I paid more than that for a hoodie. I paid more than that for a very unique, amazing, it always turns heads WNBA hoodie. I think it was like $180, and I had to wait a time to be able to get that hoodie. It was like a whole pre-order situation that happened, and one of them I may actually just be getting rid of because I haven't found myself wearing it a whole lot. So I may end up getting rid of that very, very soon. But $165 for the hoodie, that's tough. It is. $120 for the shorts, and then $150 for the crew neck. The cleanest item here, this is just my opinion, you guys can comment below. The cleanest item to me is the crew neck. I think the crew neck is amazing. Now, if you go to the announcement, again, this was all centered around like Pitcher Day, the longstanding respectability and the history of American culture for baseball, with, of course, just again, America, sports, pastime. And so Jerry wanted to tap into that, and it's such a big part of his life, with his dad, of course, being a former manager within the MLB. And so I think this is moving in the right direction. I really do. Is it a little, almost broke some of my glasses. It doesn't feel maybe a little long overdue, like you should have jumped to this direction before, a little bit. And I know a lot of you think like, oh my God, like this would have been the thing for TJ. It would have. But I realized I was also content when the WNBA, the NBA partnership was announced with Essentials, and I was content and cool with that. That really let me know, like, I've come a long way. So this is all you guys have seen, all I have left now in terms of Fear of God. You guys have seen the new MLB collection and the partnership, multi-year partnership deal that he signed with them. Please go ahead and comment your thoughts below on it. Do you intend to pick anything up? How do you feel about the prices? And I really appreciate you tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.